A sustainable world is a paradise. පිරිසර ග්‍රහලෝකයක් යනු පාරාදීසයකි. ඉතින් ඔයාලා හැමෝම මම ආරාධනා කරනවා මාත් එක්ක පුංචි ගමනක් යන්න ලෑස්ති වෙන්න කියලා. යන්න ලෑස්තිද? යන්න කලින් කියන්න ඕනනේ යන්නේ කොහෙද කියලා. Yes. යන්න ලෑස්ති අපි සිහින ලෝකයකට. Are you ready to join with me on this journey towards a dreamland? Come on. When I say 1, 2, 3, you're going to close your eyes. හැමෝම 1, 2, 3 කියනකොට ඇස් වහගෙන යමු අපි මේ ගමන. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Close your eyes. Yes, we are traveling towards this dreamland. Yes. Wow. Just imagine a world. පොඩක් ඔයාලා කල්පනා කරලා බලන්න. අපි මේ ජීවත් වෙන මේ ලෝකේ මිනිස්සු කවුරුත් බඩගින්නේ නැහැ. No hunger, no poverty. People, they are in a capable situation to fulfill their day-to-day needs. එදිනෙදා අවශ්‍යතාවය ඔක්කොම ඉෂ්ට කරන්න පුළුවන් හොඳ ආදායමක් මිනිසුන්ට තියෙනවා. ලස්සන පරිසරයක්, good environment to live, greenery everywhere. ගස්කොළවල් හැමතැනම ලස්සන මල් පිපිලා. Underwater, the creatures are living so happily. Our forests are looked after very well. Equality everywhere, no inequality. මිනිස්සු හැමෝම එකම සමාන වශයෙන් හැමෝම එකම විදිහට කිසි අඩු වැඩිකමක් නැතුව මිනිස්සු ලස්සනට ජීවත් වෙනවා. Peace and harmony everywhere. The law is applicable for everyone. හැමෝටම කියලා නීතියක් පොහොසත් පුව කියලා වෙනසක් නැහැ. ලස්සන ලෝකයක් හැමෝටම ජීවත් වෙන්න. හොඳ health එකක්, health and well-being is wow, fantastic, and good education for everyone. හැම ළමයෙකුටම හොඳ අධ්‍යාපනයක් ලැබෙනවා. Wow. What a nice and what a prosperous environment and a planet that we live in. Come back, come back, come back. Okay. කොච්චර ලස්සන සුන්දර ගමනක්ද නේ. ඉතින් ඔය දේ අපිට හිතන්න පුළුවන් නම් if you can dream it, I'm sure you can achieve it. ඒ දේ අපිට ඔය වගේ හිතන්න පුළුවන් නම් මවන්න පුළුවන් නම් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම අපිට ඒ දේ prove කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. So together, I'm sure we all can make it. We all can achieve it. Yes, as I said you, today we're going to initiate this particular program of sustainable development for youth program. තිරිසර සංවර්ධන තරුණ නායකත්වයේ වැඩසටහනට ඔබ සැමදෙනාම සාදරයෙන් ආදරයෙන් පිළිගන්නවා. So we welcome all of you towards this wonderful and highly energetic sustainable youth development program. Welcome on board. මං කලින් කිව්වා වගේ බලන්න a world with no hunger, world with no poverty, world with quality education, world with no inequalities, peace and justice everywhere, good health and well-being. Ooh. Wow, what a nice world to live. So now, whose responsibility is to do that? කාගේද ඒ responsibility එක? කවුද ඒ වගකීම බාර ගන්න ඕනේ? මෙයාද කවුද? හරි. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා මේක අපි හැමෝගෙම ලොකු යුතුයකමක්. Sustainable development is, so like we can simply define sustainable development as an approach towards economic development of a country without compromising the quality of the environment of the future generation. ඉදිරි දින අනාගතයට තියෙන ඒ environment එකට කිසි හානියක් නොකර ඒකේ quality එක maintain කරගෙන අපිත් අපේ life එක තවත් fulfillment පැත්තට ගෙනියන එක තමයි simply what we call as sustainable development. තිරිසර සංවර්ධනය කියලා කියන්නේ ඔන්න ඒක. Great. So now, if I just tell you in a very simple way, sustainable development. Say, bicycle එකක් තියෙනවා, ඒ වගේම car එකක් තියෙනවා. Bicycle එකේ යනවා කිලෝමීටර් 10ක්, car එකේ යනවා අපි කිලෝමීටර් 10ක්. එතකොට car එකේ කිලෝමීටර් 10ක් යනකොට carbon dioxide emission එක it's 1.7 kilograms. Okay, 1.7 kilograms. හැබැයි ඒකම අපි bicycle එක යනකොට carbon dioxide emission එක 0%. එතකොට මේක එක විදිහකින් අපි මේ ලෝකෙට මේ sustainable development කියන පැත්තට support කරන විදිහ. පුංචි දෙයක් නේ. ලංකාවේ දැන් ගොඩාක් කට්ටිය ඒ දේ දැන් කරනවා. ඉතින් ඒක කරන්නේ අපි ඇයි? පෙට්‍රල් නැති වුණා නිසා, පොලිමේ ඉන්න බැරි නිසා, ඕකේ? ඉතින් ඒ නිසා අපි කරනවා කියන එකට වඩා ඒ බිලීෆ් එක අපි චේන්ජ් කරගමු. නෑ. දැන් මේක පටන් ගත්ත එක අපි දිගටම පුළුවන් විදිහට ඒ දේ අපි කරන්න උත්සාහ කරනවා. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා මේ මගේ ඔබේ යුතුයකමක් මේක. Sustainable development. Okay, let me take another example. Think that, okay, දැන් අපි ඉන්න තැන lights දාලා තියෙනවා 5ක් 6ක් විතර දාලා. එතකොට අනවශ්‍ය lights ටික අපිට off කරගන්න පුළුවන්. We can just switch off the lights that we don't use it. That's also supporting the energy saving part of sustainable development. So now, දැන් technology එක හොඳටම දියුණු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. බලන්න දැන් ගොඩාක් දියුණු වෙච්ච ආයතනවල ඒ වගේම restaurants වල, hotels වල, okay, මේ system එක තියෙනවා. කොහොමද? හරි. තැනකට දැන් මෙතන 5 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවනම් sensor systems, okay, ඒ 5 දෙනාට අදාළ එළිය automatically you get it. But it's only me here, okay, no one else. So that the lights goes dim and okay, මට අවශ්‍ය විදිහට ඒ light එක මට ලැබෙනවා. ඒකට බලන්න කොච්චර energy saving එකක් වෙනවද කියලා. එතකොට මේ මම කියන එක්කෙනා විතරක් නෙවෙයි හැමෝම හිතුණා. දැන් හිතන්න සමහර කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා දැන් හොටෙල් එකක් බුක් කරලා රූම් එකක් දාගෙන ඕකේ පොඩ්ඩක් අවුටින් එකක් ගියාට පස්සේ හොටෙල් රූම් එකට ගියාට පස්සේ මුලින්ම කරන දේ මොනවද? There are people, I'm not saying everyone. මම කියන්නේ හැමෝම කියලා. හැබැයි ලොකු සෙට් එකක් ඉන්නවා. You know what they do? They quickly go and okay, lights ටික ඔක්කොම දාගන්නවා. fan එක, light එක, AC එක, TV එක, okay, පුළුවන් හැම එකක්ම දාන්න. ඇයි සල්ලි ගෙවනවානේ අපි. okay, දවසකට රුපියල් 15000, 20000, 25000, 30000ක් ගන්නවා. ඔක්කොම හොඳටම use කරලා යන්න. Okay? So, is it right? No, right? Okay? එතකොට අපි හිතන්න ඕනේ හැබැයි සල්ලි ගෙවනවානේ ඒ නිසා ඔක්කොම භාවිත කරමු කියන එකට වඩා මේ දේ හැමෝම අපි කරා නම් okay, මේ විදිහටම අපි හැසිරුණා නම් ඉදිරියේදී අනාගතයේ ඉන්න කට්ටියට okay, next generation එකට energy අඩුවීමක් okay, power reduction එකක් අනිවාර්යයෙන් වෙයි. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා we should have that positive feeling of making sure that we save energy. That's also part of sustainable development. Moving from papers to e-papers, okay, digital versions. දැන් බලන්න ඉස්සර ගොඩාක් අපි hand bills නුත් කරා, ගොඩාක් papers ආවා, posters ගැහුවා, okay, but now හැම දෙයක්ම digital. So එතකොට e-papers වලට ගියේ අපි normal papers, traditional papers පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැතුව e-digital papers වලට ගියා. එතනින් gas, okay, so we get like papers from this, all this like cutting off these trees, right? So එතකොට බලන්න අපි මේ පුංචි ක්‍රියාව නිසා කොච්චරක් නම් save කරනවද කියලා. So these are simple words how I can tell you sustainable development. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we progress here. ඉතින් දවසක් එක් හිඟන්නයක් හිටියා. මේ හිඟන්න හැම ටවුන් එකකටම ගිහිල්ලා හිඟා කෑවා. ඉතින් තැනකට ගියාට පස්සේ මිනිස්සු කිව්වා මෙහෙම මේ මට කන්න බොන්න දෙන්න අපිට කිසි දෙයක් නැහැ. සල්ලිත් නැහැ දෙන්න. හැබැයි අපේ ගමේ තියෙනවා vacancy එක. බලන්න ලෑස්තිද කියලා අහුවා. vacancy එක job එක. Hari කියලා කිව්වා. So this beggar was begging everywhere, and he reached this particular village, and they said, "Look, we don't have anything for you to eat. Oh, like we don't have anything, so-called money or anything to give you. But there's only one vacancy. Like, would you like to take it up?" He was like amazed, like, "Look, I'm just a beggar, and these people are offering me a good job." Okay, so he was kind of very keen and eager to know what exactly it is. So people said, "You can become a king of our village." I said, "King? Are you joking?" No, we are not joking. We would like to have you as our king. Okay, he was so happy. Thing, රජතුමෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා කිව්වා. ඉතින් යාර හරි සතුටුයි. ඉතින් මම කිව්වා හරි මේ මට දෙන්නකෝ ඉන්නම් ඒක හොඳයි කියලා කිව්වා. There are some conditions. Okay, ආයෙක මම ගන්නවා නම් conditions ටිකක් තියෙනවා. මොනවද condition එක කිව්වා මෙහෙමයි. ඔයාලට අවුරුදු 5ක් රූල් කරන්න පුළුවන්. රජකම අවුරුදු 5කට කරන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි අවුරුදු 5 ඉවර වුණාට පස්සේ අපි ඔයාලට බෝට්ටුවකට දාලා අපි ගිහිල්ලා දානවා එක් දූපතකට. Okay, after 5 years, okay, your ruling period is over and we'll put you into a boat and take you towards an island. So, this island has all the venomous snakes and also dangerous animals. Okay, භයානක සත්තු ටිකක් තමයි මේ දූපතේ. මේ දූපතට තමයි ගිහිල්ලා දාන්න කියලා කිව්වා. ඉතින් ඒ කියන්නේ අර්ථය මොනවද? අවුරුදු 5කින් chapter එක close. So he was thinking little, not for a long time, little, and he said, "Okay, no problem, I'll take it because එදිනදා 3 වේලක් කන්නම මට තියෙන අමාරුවට, okay, ඉතින් අවුරුදු 5ක් හරි හොඳට කාලා බීලා ඉමු කියලා he took up that chance." So now he was crowned as the king. So what he did was like he was rejoicing, enjoying the moment to the maximum. Why? He was eating, he was having fun, having all those luxuries, all these kings can have. So he was enjoying it. So the 5 years were over. Okay, අවුරුදු 5යි වරයි. ඉවරුණාට පස්සේ දැන් කට්ටිය වෙනවා රජතුමා යන්න කියලා. ඉතින් යා කිව්වා හරි okay යමු කියලා කිව්වා. He was okay to leave from the kingdom. So now he asked, like, I have a small request. මට පුංචි බලාපොරොත්තුවක් තියෙනවා. මේ කියන්න මොනවද? නෑ මට මේ රජතුමාලා දාන මේ cloak එක අරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්ද? Can I take this cloak? People said, "Come on. No problem, you can take it. Okay, නරන්න යනකොටත් ඕක දාගෙන යන්න ඕන කියන ආසාව කමක් නෑ අරගෙන යන්න කියලා කිව්වා. So the Rajatuma took it. Okay, he took it and he was putting it around his neck. Okay, like this, like he was putting it around his neck. Ooh, okay. So now he was wearing it and he was feeling so good. Like me wearing it. Okay, and he started to move. So he started to sail. Okay, then boat to යන්න පටන් ගත්තා. මීට කලින් හිටපු රජතුමාලා කිව්වේ මොකද මේ මම ඔයාලට මොනවද දෙන්න? කීයක් හරි සල්ලි දෙන්න. නැත්තම් මේ මගේ ළඟ තියෙන ඩයමන්ඩ්ස් තියෙනවා, ජීම්ස් තියෙනවා, රත්තරන් තියෙනවා. මේක අරගෙන මම කොහේ හරි කියලා දාන්න කියලා තමයි මීට කලින් හිටපු රජවරු නම් කිව්වේ. But this Rajatuma was not that. The sooner that he got into the boat, he was saying like, paddle fast as possible. Make yourself so comfortable so that you can go so fast. Okay, so he was just motivating this boat rider to go fast, and he was rejoicing. He was whistling, singing song. He was like having full fun. So now they were reaching almost towards this particular island. මේ දූපතට ලං වෙනකොට දූපතේ කවුද ඉන්නේ? භයානක සත්තු සර්පයෝ. එහෙම එතනට ආවේ මිනිස්සු සෙට් එකක් ආවා මේ රජතුමාව වෙල්කම් කරන්න. There were a group of people who were approaching this particular boat to welcome the king. What he did? Okay, එයාට අවුරුදු 5ක කාලයක් ලැබුණානේ. එතකොට මෙයා කරේ මොනවද? ඒ අවුරුදු 5 first අවුරුද්ද, okay, ප්‍රථම අවුරුද්දේ මොනවද හොඳ ෆන් එකක් කරගෙන full jolly හිටියා. So the second year, he got all the troops, like all the forces and all those people like who are there, and it's like, look, that is one particular island which is not suitable for not suitable for people to live there. Okay, so you have to just go there and make sure that you arrange a friendly environment for people to live. Okay, so they had some plans to develop the forest areas differently, like they had a wonderful plan. So these people went and like they were doing all those part. Once that was done, so he invited some intellectuals and the professionals from all different areas, and okay, he took honda buddhimatun ekeke vividha anshawala in the professionals la okkoma kadawa katha karala kiwa mehema we have to come up with a very good infrastructure plan. So then they came up with, so they started to build roads, and they started to build like proper water facilities, and they started to build schools, started to build maybe like nurseries and higher educational centers, universities, houses, hospitals, like all those whatever needed for those people, like they started to build. So it took nearly like 3.5 years to 4 years. So once another 6 more months remaining for his term to over, okay, අවුරුදු 4 මාරක් විතර යනකොට complete project එකම complete කරගත්තා. එතකොට දැන් කරේ මොනවද? මෙයා කිව්වා කාට හරි මේ ඉඳලා තවත් තැනකට ගිහිල්ලා පදිංචි වෙන්න කැමතිද කියලා. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ පදිංචියට කැමති කට්ටිය okay invitations අරගෙන මෙයාලා බෝට්ටුවේ ගාන දාලා යවුවා ගිහිල්ලා මෙතන පදිංචි වෙන්න කියලා. Okay, so මෙතන ඉඳලා කට්ටියව like he was sending people like whoever like showing interest to go and settle in that particular island, so people were going there and they were making their settlements there. So now the 5 year was over, so he made a complete another area for him to continue to be the king. ජීවිත පුරාම රජෙක් විදියට ජීවත් වෙන්න පුළුවන් පරිසරයක් මෙයා හදාගත්තා. So the point that I would like to emphasize here is what you invest today matters a lot for us to have a very prosperous future. The prosperous future, like who is going to enjoy it? Maybe the future generation. Hey, look, even we are supposed to enjoy it. Okay? So now, as this king, we might have to, as leaders who are listening to this and people like who have enrolled for this wonderful leadership program, so I invite everyone to make sure that we do some quality investment of time and think of what we can exactly do for our future and what are the things that we have to safeguard to make sure that we gift it to our future generation. So these are some of the important things that we have to look into. ඒ නිසා මේ රජතුමා වගේ අපිට උත්සාහ කරමු මේ තියෙන කාලය අපි හොඳට ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරලා ඕකේ ඉතිරි අනාගතයට ලස්සන පරිසරයක් හදලා ඉතින් අපිටත් හොඳ ජීවිතයක් ගත කරන්න පුළුවන් ක්වොලිටියට ජීවිතේ ගත කරන්න පුළුවන් ඒ වගේ හොඳ පරිසරයක් ඒ වගේ හොඳ ලෝකයක් උදා කරන්න තමයි මේ අපි හැමෝම උත්සාහ කරන්නේ. ඒ නිසා මේ කියන කාලය ගොඩාක් වටිනවා. මේක තමයි අපි දාන ලොකුම ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් එක. ඉතින් ඒකෙන් So once again, welcome to the Sustainable Development Youth Leadership Program. තිරිසර සංවර්ධන තරුණ නායකත්වයේ වැඩසටහනට ඔබ හැමෝම නැවත පිළිගන්නවා. ඉතින් අපි topics තුනක් මෙතන discuss කරන්න යනවා. Number 1, how to become a successful sustainable youth leader. Number 2, we're talking about very important part, Sustainable Development Agenda 2030. And finally, action plan for 5 P's sustainable development as a winning youth leader. Okay, so these are the 3 things that we'll be discussing. Come on, let's begin. Yes. So now, before talking about SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals, meet කලින් එකක් ආවා Millennium Development Goals කියලා. We call it as MDG. MDG, that is Millennium Development Goals. Okay? කියන්න බලන්න කොහොමද? Millennium Development Goals, MDG. So I would like you to do this with me. Okay? දාන්න බලමු මෙහෙම. M එකක් හදාගන්න. Yes. MDG. Okay? So MDG, Millennium Development Goals. So එතකොට මේ goals ටික පටන් ගත්තේ 2000 ඉඳලා 2015 දක්වා. Okay, from 2000 to 2015. That was the time period for this particular vision. Okay, so now once and that particular MDG, so-called Millennium Development Goals, they had 8 altogether. 8 goals were there. Okay, altogether goals 8ක් තිබුණා. ඉතින් බලමු අපි මේ goals 8 මොනවද කියලා. So number 1, to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. Okay, අන්ත දුප්පත්කම සහ කුසගින්න තුරන් කිරීම සඳහා කියන number 1 goal එක. Number 2 goal එක තමයි to achieve universal primary education. ප්‍රාථමික අධ්‍යාපනය ලබා ගැනීමට. And ඒ වගේම goal number 3, to promote gender equality and empower women. Okay, ස්ත්‍රී පුරුෂ සමානතාවය ඒ වගේම ප්‍රවර්ධනය කිරීම සඳහා කාන්තාවන් සවිබල්ව ගැනීම කියන මේ objective goal number 3. ඉතින් goal number 4 මොනෝ විය හැකිද? Yes, to reduce child mortality. ළමා මරණ අවම කිරීම සඳහා කියන goal number 4 එක. Okay, ඉතින් මම හිතනවා ඔයාලට goals 4ම මතකයි කියලා. ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් හිතන්න දාගමු. ඉතින් මෙතනින් develop වෙච්ච concept එකක් තමයි okay, vision එක තමයි SDG කියලා කියන්නේ. Okay, so moving towards the MDG goal number 5, to improve maternal health, මාතෘ සෞඛ්‍ය daddy දියුණු කිරීම. Okay, ඉතින් ඒ වගේම goal number 6, to combat against HIV, AIDS and other diseases. HIV, AIDS, ඒ වගේම malaria සහ වෙනත් රෝගවලට එරෙහිව සටන් කිරීම කියන goal number 6. Goal number 7, to ensure environmental sustainability. Okay, පරිසරික තිරසරණ බව සහතික කිරීම. ඉතින් ඒ වගේම goal number 8, that is the අන්තිම goal එක තමයි to develop a global partnership for development. සංවර්ධන සඳහා ගෝලීය හවුල්කාරත්වයක් වර්ධනය කිරීම කියන මේ goals 8 තමයි MDG කියන Millennium Development Goals වල තිබ්බ goals ටික. ඉතින් ඒ goals ටික ඔක්කොම 2015 දක්වා වෙනකොට ඒවා achieve කරලා එතනින් ඒකට sign කරපු තිබ්බ countries ඔක්කොම develop වෙලා okay යම්කිසි මට්ටමකට ආවට පස්සේ තමයි ලෝකයේ SDG කියන මේ අද ලෝකේ තියෙන best okay unbeatable vision එකක් හැටියට SDG කියන මේ vision agenda එක ඉදිරිපත් කරේ. ඉතින් so now MDG ගේ era එක 15 to 2000 to 2015 and SDG කියන මේ vision agenda එක that starts from 2016 towards 2013. okay, 2030 දක්වා යන vision plan එකක් තමයි මේ SDG කියලා කියන්නේ. So SDG, so remember that's SDG, that is MDG. So like say SDG. Okay, so once again, like all together, let's do it. Okay, let's enjoy this because this sustainable is like you have to just make sure that you improve the quality of your life. Wow. Let's make it. Okay, SDG. Yes, there you go. So SDG agenda is the only policy vision signed and agreed by all 193. Okay, 193. Okay, 100 රටවල් 193ක් members la hadida. Okay, the member countries of UN, they signed this agreement and they approved it and they recognize it and they are working for it. So it's not easy, right? It's 133 countries coming together. World leaders, very powerful world leaders, influential world leaders have come together and to make sure, look, we got to work on this very seriously to make sure the world has a better place. Wow. The Sustainable Development Goals, so simply SDGs, are a bold, universal agreement to end poverty in all its dimensions and craft an equal, just and secure world for people, planet, and prosperity by 2030. So if you just look into the SDG, like Sustainable Development Goals, so we have altogether 17 goals. Okay, how many goals? 17. 7. Okay, 17 goals, and we have 169 targets. Okay, goals 17ක් තියෙනවා. goals 17 ඇතුලේ under හැම goal එකක්ම okay below every goal you have few targets. Okay, so it's there like you go even more detailedly what are the areas that we are targeting towards all these particular goals. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ 169ක් තියෙනවා targets a part of transforming our world to a better place. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which was adopted by 193 member states at historic UN General Assembly Summit in September 2015 and came into effect by 1st of January 2016. Okay, that's January 1 තමයි SDG කියන මේ ගමන පටන් ගන්නෙ. Okay, I think moving further, the SDGs have been developed through an unprecedented consultative process that brought national governments and millions of citizens from across the globe together to negotiate and to adopt the ambitious agenda. ඒ goal එකට ඒ යන්න ඕන තැනට යන්න නිකන් මේ හදපු එක විෂන් එකක් නෙවෙයි මේක SDGs කියලා කියන්නේ. ලෝකේ ඉන්න okay powerful නායකයෝ ඔක්කොම ඇවිල්ලා රටවල ඉන්න ජනාධිපතිවරු prime ministers ලා okay ඒ වගේ powerful කට්ටිය ඔක්කොම එකහුව වෙලා වාඩි වෙලා okay ගොඩාක් intellectuals ලා ලෝකේ ඉන්න ගොඩාක්ම හොඳ කියන්නේ මේ අදාළ අංශයට අදාළ professionals ලා ඔක්කොම වාඩි වෙලා ගොඩාක් negotiations කරලා ගොඩාක් brainstorming කරලා ඉතින් එහෙම හදාගත්ත supreme goals 17ක් තමයි මේ SDG කියලා කියන්නේ. අද ලංකාවේ ලෝකේ ගොඩාක් ආයතනවල අපි sustainable goals achieve කරන්න වැඩ කරන ආයතනයක් කියලා කියනකොට එයාලට වෙනම පිළිගන්න ඒ corporate world එකේ එයාලට වෙනම welcoming එකක් තියෙනවා. මිනිස්සු පිළිගන්නවා. එයාලගේ ආයතනෙ ගොඩක් පිළිගන්නවා. ඒ ආයතනෙට කියලා ලොකු reputation එකක් එතන ඇති වෙනවා. reason එක වෙන මොනවත් නෙවෙයි. මේ වගේ හොඳ vision එකක් එක්ක හොඳ ගමනක් ඒ කියන්නේ තමන් හම්බ කරන එක විතරක් නෙවෙයි end of the day ඒක sustainable විදියට කොහොමද මාරු කරගන්නේ. අද ලෝකේ නායකත්වයේ වන්නකොට නිකන් නායකයෝ නෙවෙයි. then we look for sustainable leaders. So this particular program that where you are into, so we don't want like people to talk things, but we need people to act on it. Okay? කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් හැමෝටම. හැබැයි කී දෙනෙක්ද ඒක practice කරන්නේ? practice කරන කට්ටිය තමයි අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම sustainable leader කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So everything starts with someone called me. Okay, මේ මගෙන් තමයි මේ හැම දෙයක්ම පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා I'm sure that you all understood because these sustainable goals are like very vital and all the corporate companies and to NGOs, to INGOs, to like educational institutes, to universities around the world, like very a large audience of people, they are really working on this sustainable development part. And also like people, all the organizations, like whoever who are working towards this SDGs are really considered as one of the best corporates, best quality people and best universities to study because why? Those people, they guide, they groom, they develop themselves and others like who are their stakeholders to make sure they achieve these sustainable goals by end of 2030. Wow, what a nice and structured program. Superb. So I'm sure as youngsters, as youth leaders, I'm sure it's our responsibility to make sure that we be a part of this wonderful journey and already you are here. Thank you very much and that's a superb. Let's put a thumbs up for us and that's the spirit. If you really love the world, if you really feel happy to be in this world and if you really want to rejoice and share happiness with others, the best way that you can do it through this continuous long-term vision of 2030, making world a better place to live. Wow, superb. Don't you feel that you are at the right place? Exactly. So by telling this, I quickly came up with another a story. You might think like, come on, like why this man is talking about beggars here? Okay, so like it's nothing to do with beggars, but you know, like there was this one particular beggar. Okay, තව එක් හිඟන්නේ කිටියා. ඔයාලා බලනවා දන්නේ මේ මිනිහා මොනවද මේ හිඟන්නගෙනම කතා කරන්නේ කියලා. Okay, I just recall the story. So මෙයා මේ एक railway station එක තමයි මෙයා හිඟා කෑවේ. Okay, he was like begging at this one particular railway station. So now, so the people like who were passing by, like they used to put some penny and go. Okay, මොන කියක් හරි දාලා යනවා. ඉතින් මේක බලාගෙන ඉඳපු එක්කෙනෙක් මෙයා ළඟට ගිහලා ඇහුවා මේ excuse me, why මේ මෙතනම වාඩි වෙලා හිඟා කන්නේ? මෙයා හිඟා කෑවේ කොහොමද? Leveling හදපු පෙට්ටියක් උඩ වාඩි වෙලා. Like he was sitting on top of a wooden box and only like he was begging. So then ඇහුවා මේ ඇයිද මෙහෙම ඉන්නේ? පොඩ්ඩක් නැගිටලා පොඩ්ඩක් you go inside a train and you walk up and down so you will be able to collect something more කියලා. He gave a free consultation. Okay, free consultation එකක් දුන්නා. The beggar said, excuse me, if you can help me with something, if not, please get lost. Professional beggars, okay? So, කියවල මොනවද? පුළුවන් නම් කීයක් හරි දාන්න මහත්තයා. එහෙම නැත්නම් කට වහගෙන කරනවා කියලා යන්න කියලා කිව්වා. So then he said like, okay. Just leave it. Okay. මට කියන්නකෝ ඇයි මෙයා දැන් ඔයා මේ පෙට්ටිය උඩම වාඩි වෙලා හිඟා කන්නේ? Why are you begging by sitting on top of this wooden box කියලා? So then he said, like that's a big story. Is that? I'm really curious to know it. Like why? You know, my grandpa, my father's father, okay, my tata Sia. My Sia was a beggar. Okay. Okay, interesting. And you know, his son, that's my dad, he also was a beggar. Okay. එයාගේ පුතා මගේ තාත්තා එයාත් හිඟන්නේ හරි. You know, like I'm the son of like I was a beggar. එයාගේ පුතා තමයි මමත් හිඟන්නේ කියලා කිව්වා. So he feels so proud in sharing that, like my Sia also used to use the same box to beg, and my dad also used the same box to beg, and I also use the same box to beg. So this man said, look, okay, like very nice, so like he was just buttering up, okay, පොඩ්ඩක් යාට butter එකක් දාලා ඊට පස්සේ මේ පෙට්ටිය ඇතුලේ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ? What do you have inside this box? So the beggar said, look, my Sia, he didn't want to open this. My dad, he also didn't want to open this. And I, being their son, I will never open it. So this man thought, oh, no, I'm not going to leave this guy. Like, please. Please, please, like, he was like giving a trouble throughout. So then finally he's like, okay, put up in, wait. Let me open and show it to you. Oh, karadare, dari tarama, nagitla. බලනකොට කොහොම හරි මේ පෙට්ටියේ හැම පැත්තම chains දාලා okay so අරින්නවත් okay padlocks එකකට දෙකක් විතර දාලා කියලා කරලා so some of the way like they try to open it and open the box. What was inside? Guess? Empty box? No way. There he found gem, jewelry, okay, rattarang, manik, වටිනා කියන හැම දෙයක්ම සල්ලි, okay, he had cash, money there. So like all those precious things were inside that box. ඒක ඇතුලේ වටිනා කියන හැම දෙයක්ම තිබුණා. Do you think that this man should lead a life of a beggar? හිඟන්නේ කැටියට ජීවත් වෙන්න ඕන කෙනෙක්ද මෙයා? No way. කෝටිපතියෙක් කැටියට ජීවත් වෙන්න ඕන කෙනෙක්. He should be living a life of a richest person as a millionaire. But he was living a life of a beggar. What was the reason for him to live as a beggar? ඇයි මෙයා හිඟන්නේ කැටියට ජීවත් වෙන්න ඕනේ? Think. ඒක ඇතුලේ මේ වගේ දේවල් තියෙනවා කියලා දැනගත්තේ නැති නිසා. Okay, he didn't know that inside this box he had all these luxurious things. If he had known this, I'm sure definitely you will not find him there at that railway station. So the message that I want to give you is, there could be loads of beggars out there who are watching this video. Maybe we also are like this particular beggar. We don't understand the capacity, the skill, the talent and the energy that you have inside yourself sometimes. මේ අපේ ඇතුලේ මම කියන පුද්ගලයා ඇතුලේ තියෙන අපේ කියන දක්ෂකම්, කුසලකම්, අපේ තියෙන නිපුණතාවයන්, හැකියාවන් කියන දේවල් අපිටම සමහර විට දන්නේ නැහැ. මට කොයි වගේ ජවයක්ද තියෙන්නේ කියලා. So once you don't discover, unless that you don't discover yourself, you will be just a normal version of yourself. Once you start to discover who you are and what you can really do, Okay, now you will get to have a problem. Okay, like how am I supposed to discover? Yes, simple. How we are going to discover is by trying it out. Okay, so maybe I'm sure you could be a very superb leader, a very visionary leader, a person like who can really lead people, a person who can really set examples. Okay, ඔයාලා කියන පුද්ගලයා මේ ඔයාට අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ලෝකෙ ලොකු ආදර්ශමත් පුද්ගලයෙක් හැටියට, හොඳ නායකයෙක් හැටියට, හොඳ ටීම් ප්ලේයර් කෙනෙක් හැටියට, okay, හොඳ සිටිසන් කෙනෙක් හැටියට, I'm sure you will have so many good things inside you. But it's you have to come out and lead, do, take up responsibilities, and that's the place where you showcase who you are. So this particular program is for that. So let's make sure, take out that leader inside you and be a sustainable leader to show what you exactly can do in life. So now you might think, look, things seems to be good, but still, you're like, will it be possible for me to do it? Okay, I'm going to give you a quick try, okay? So let's see like how we're going to do this. I'm going to give you a tongue twister. Ready? Ready for it? Okay, so it's going to be like interesting, like let's have a little fun, okay? So I'm sure that you are watching this video, so no problem, try it out, okay? Try it out. I'm going to give you a little time, so you've got to try it out. So I said, right, so it's a world where like we have to enjoy and make sure that enjoyment and happiness, that's again peace of mind, and you improve your quality and the prosperity comes all together. Great. So now this is the tongue twister. That is red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. Without stopping, you got to say faster, faster, faster. Okay, when I say 1, 2, 3, go, you got to start. Okay, red lorry, yellow lorry. You have to go faster and quick. Okay, you have to pronounce it quick, quick, quick. Okay, it's like 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so I'm sure like some are doing it right and some are making mistakes. So if you are making mistake, I'm so happy. Okay, then while make a I am so happy. Hey, okay, සමහර කට්ටියට red lorry yellow lorry කියනකොට red lorry yellow lorry වේ සමහර විට සමහර කට්ටියගේ red lorry එක rolly වේ. Okay, red rolly yellow rolly වේ සමහර විට. Okay, සමහරට red lorry yellow lorry වේ. Okay, you know like you might make mistakes, no problem. Shall I give one in Sinhala? Okay, Sinhala එකක් try කරමු අපි. Okay, ඔන්න දුන්නා. අල ලොරිය පෙරළුණා ලුණු ලොරිය රෝල් වුණා. අල ලොරිය පෙරළුණා ලුණු ලොරිය රෝල් වුණා කියලා වේගින් කියන්න බලන්න. Okay, start 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, සමහර කට්ටිය අර ලොරියලු අල ලොරිය නෙවෙයි අර ලොරිය කොයි ලොරියද කියලා දැන් මම අහන්න වෙනවා. Okay, එතකොට අල ලොරිය පෙරළුණා සමහර කට්ටියගේ ලොරිය නෙවෙයි අර ලොරිය පෙරලිලාලු සමහර කට්ටියගේ අල ලොරියත් පෙරලිලා ලුණු ලොරියත් පෙරලිලා. Okay, ඉතින් බලන්න මේ පුංචි tongue twister එක at the beginning it's hard. What I want to tell you is like if you are watching this video before you go to sleep tonight, okay, make sure මේ red lorry yellow lorry නැත්නම් අල ලොරිය පෙරළුණා ලුණු ලොරිය රෝල් වුණා කියන මේ දෙකෙන් එකක්. Okay, 10 පාරක් වරදින්නේ නැතුව මං කියලා තමයි නිදාගන්නේ කියලා challenge එකක් අරගෙන කරලා බලන්නකෝ. You will definitely make it. ඔයාලට පුළුවන් මේ දේ කරන්න. ඉතින් මම මේ කියන්නේ අපි ඒකට පුරුදු වෙලා නැහැ. ඒ නිසා ඒක අපිට අමාරුයි දැන්. Okay, මේක කියනකොට අමාරුයි අපිට. ඇයි? අපිට ඒක පුරුද්දක් නැහැ. හැබැයි දැන් මට කිව්වනම් මට ඒක ලේසියෙන් කියන්න පුළුවන්. මම ප්‍රැක්ටිස් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා හැම එක්කෙනෙකුටම ආරම්භයක් අලුත් දෙයක් කරනකොට change එකක් කියලා කියනකොට once you say it's a change and you're going to do something completely new, at the beginning it's got to be hard like this, and in the middle you're going to be completely messy, like you're going to be like confused, like what am I going to do? Okay, and finally that's going to be super gorgeous. Okay, so we all look forward for the end goal, and if you want to end something you got to start something. Okay, දෙයක් ඉවර කරන්න ඕන නම් ඒක පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා පටන් ගන්න බය වෙන්න එපා. ඒ ධෛර්යය ගන්න, gut එක ගන්න. I'm sure that you all can make better progress with our lives. Cheers.
Hello? Can you guess who this is? Yes, as you rightly know that I am the Iron Man.
Yes. You know, the Iron Man character was Tony Stark. And 3 learnings from Tony Stark. Number one, as leaders, channel your time and energy into something positive. තරුණය හැටියට මේ වයස අපිට ගොඩාක් හැකියාවන් තියෙනවා. ගොඩාක් ස්ට්‍රෙන්ත් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ දේවල් අපිට හොඳ විදිහට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්, අපිට නරක විදිහට අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා ඔයාලා තමයි තීරණය කරන්න ඕනේ ඒක හොඳ විදිහට කොහොමද අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ කියලා. So number one, we have to make sure that we line up all our positive energy towards reaching something better in our lives. Number two, so the Iron Man said, you can have fun, super fun, okay, and still accept responsibilities. Fun එකක් ගන්න. තරමේ හැටියට you have to make sure that you enjoy life, but still remember we all can take responsibility as a brother, as a father, as a son, as an employee, as a boss, okay, as a leader. We all can take responsibilities. Number three, Tony Stark said, I always remember the long-term goals. So remember your long-term goals. So here at SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. So these are not short-term ones. It's a long-term one. Like from here we see the year 2030. Okay, that's the මොනවද අපි ඔක්කොම එක වෙලා මොනවද ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න යන්නේ, ඒ වගේම කොයි වගේ ලෝකයක්ද අපි උදා කරන්න යන්නේ කියන එක තමයි මේ Sustainable Development Goals වල අපි plan කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා make sure that we all together with this positive energy as youth leaders, let's try to make positive vibes and make sure that we all together put our best to make Sri Lanka and the world a best place to live. Hi, I am back. So this is Zamreen Zaruk. So no, not anymore Iron Man. Okay. So mask got daganawani. Okay. So I think so no more Iron Man. So Zamreen Zaruk. So I'm back on track. So thank you very much. And now we're going to have a very interesting talk by Madam Linda Rose, the chairwoman of SUNFO Global Federation and International Children's Wing. I'm sure this is going to be really interesting.
Welcome to this training module all about children becoming leaders through volunteering. I'm Linda Rose, the current chairwoman of the SUNFO International Children's Wing, and I'm going to give a few ideas about the pathway to leadership and encourage you to be volunteers in order to improve your potential in many ways, including for mental health, your future job prospects, spiritual reasons, and being an active, compassionate citizen of your society and the world. Firstly, I want to know, how are you? How are you feeling about life? Are you coping okay, or struggling not to feel hopeless about the future, to get out of bed and worried about your education, exams, job prospects, the climate and the country? There's a lot to deal with right now, and it's understandable that you may be feeling very stressed, worried, angry, or even lethargic, feeling like you're not really here. That too can be a coping mechanism when things become too difficult. Our bodies, mind and emotions and spirit are linked, and when one of these areas is strongly affected, it affects all the other areas too. Don't worry, you're not alone, and there are some solutions. I'm going to share one big solution with you today. I'm going to talk about volunteering, offering your help with your energy, with your compassion and listening, with your knowledge and skills, and spiritually, by keeping close to your spiritual roots, prayer and study, and using anything you can to improve others' lives now or in the future. Volunteering can be anything, like tree planting, or delivering food to those who can't get out, or listening and chatting with those who are lonely, or teaching children to read and write, or learn another language. It can be helpful to be part of a group to volunteer and get recognition. I started volunteering when I was 10 by teaching preschool children at my church, and I currently spend my life volunteering. That's offering my skills, experiences, training, and knowledge to help others. For me, it's my chosen path, which gives me great personal satisfaction knowing that I'm doing my utmost to leave the world better than I found it. I'm financially much poorer than if I lived selfishly and spent money on a car or a better computer. But my life is so much more content and happy, filled with lovely people I've met over the years, sharing love and laughter together while we all work selflessly to make the world a better place. I invite you to join us in our world of volunteering. Be the better person. Be courageous and step out for others. One way you can do that, though there are many others through your church, mosque, temples, is through the SUNFO volunteering program. SUNFO focuses on the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and these cover everything from action against poverty, education, equal rights, environmental education, and issues of peace and justice, among many others. Some people think only about money and are not willing to give their time and efforts without receiving payment in return. I find this very sad. The success of the world depends on all of us not living selfishly, but helping as part of a community, sharing skills and energy to make the world better for everyone in our communities and country. Sri Lanka today is an example of what happens when people put money and greed before the good of all. Now everyone is suffering, and the poorest are starving. In all religions, we're expected to put others before ourselves for the betterment of humanity, following our spiritual leaders. Money is not the whole of the world. Developing useful skills, improving relationships and learning about others, and enjoying a richer, broader experience than if you stayed in your bedroom and played computer games or only focused on your own selfish needs. It takes just a little courage to step out. Volunteering in your community can give you new skills that can help you in your life. It can also be really useful on your CV. At a time when many young people have similar qualifications, you need something that will set you apart when you're applying for universities or jobs. Having shown that you have compassion and energy for others counts a lot with employers. You may not reap financial benefit right now, but you might be more successful later on in life with a better job or scholarship opportunities. Volunteering really does help your mental health. I know that personally, having spent many years as a teenager suffering from depression and being diagnosed with bipolar as an adult. Looking outside yourself to others helps enormously, and I get great satisfaction living my life for other people. It isn't always easy to get out if you're feeling really low and demotivated, but try and go with friends to begin with who will encourage you, and you can always stop if it gets too much for you. But the feeling of success when you achieve easy steps will really help your mental health and energize you. With schools and colleges being closed, it's easy to slip into an unhealthy routine, which makes you feel worse and worse as you're not achieving anything, except maybe another level on your computer games. You will meet like-minded people and make new friendships, which is really important too. Many young people feel isolated at school or college because they don't feel they fit in. You're only with your classmates because of your age and geography. But when you volunteer, you begin to share real things with your new friends, and you will find much more happiness doing things together with others who share your ideas and values. So you can be part of the problem, or better than that, you can be part of the solution. Maybe you want to do something helpful, but you feel stuck and demotivated, and it's really difficult to get out and do something with everything so hard right now. With strange situations like war and the world pandemic, and now terrible difficulties of money and resources in Sri Lanka, which have stopped schools and education, imprisoned us in places we cannot get to other places, put a temporary halt to our hopes and dreams for the future. It makes us wonder about life, the world, and what is going on. And most importantly, what's our place in this mess? With the climate emergency getting more dangerous, and most world leaders and adults talking but not acting, and seeming to ignore the emergency and making things worse for your generation and those after you, things can seem desperate. We can lose our motivation to study, to find enjoyment in things we used to love, and start to feel depressed or angry. I understand those feelings, and you're not alone. I've seen this in children across the world. Many people feel demotivated and lacking energy, or really angry. I found that when I feel these things and when I feel lost in the world and struggling to find my place, that helping others is the only thing that really makes sense. However badly off we are, there's always those who are struggling more. Thinking of others helps to get your mind into a more positive place and out of the vicious cycle of worrying about yourself. Older people in the COVID-19 pandemic with no family or family abroad were often isolated and lonely, and more afraid of the disease which can kill them and less likely to kill young people. In many countries, young people became volunteers to help take food and medicine out to the elderly and seniors, using their youth and energy and natural resistance to coronavirus to help those more vulnerable. Lonely young people found comfort in meeting others and using their energy to plan how to help their communities. This is never more important than now. In Sri Lanka, there's such an emergency with food, water, and energy. This is always felt by the most frail, the very oldest, and the very youngest. There is plenty you can do to be part of the solution. If you want to know more, please contact the organisers to discuss with them how that you can get involved with SUNFO. I hope you will. And go gently and kindly with others and with yourself. These are difficult times, but they will pass and things will get better. My best wishes and prayers go with you. Thank you.